Another day, another leveling guide. I'm Spooky Pops and welcome to my leveling guide on armoring. In this video, I show you the best way to increase your armoring skill level from 1 to 200. I'll also provide some tips when gathering and how to craft in an efficient manner. Let's get into it. There are several different methods to accomplish this grind to 200, and which you choose depends on the raw material you'd like to gather in bulk. The three main methods are a focus on leather, iron, or fiber. Although you must gather all three raw materials for all three methods, priority during gathering is placed on the focused raw material. Let's start with the leather focus method. From 0 to 50, you need to gather 1,000 fibers, 2,000 rawhide, and 108 iron ore to create 27 rough leather coats. From 50 to 100, you need to gather 5,000 fibers, 20,000 rawhide, 1,000 tannin, and 1,000 iron ore to create 320 rugged leather gloves. From 100 to 200, you need to gather 200,000 fibers, nearly 400,000 rawhide, and 17,000 iron ore to create 4,000 rough leather coats. As you can see, this method requires an abundance of rawhide, hence the leather focus. Let's move on to the iron focus. From 0 to 50, you need to gather 416 fibers, 1,000 rawhide, and 2,000 iron ore to create 52 iron plate greaves. From 50 to 100, you need to gather 1,000 fibers, 5,000 rawhide, 15,000 iron ore, 5,000 green wood, and 1,000 flux to create 320 steel plate gauntlets. From 100 to 200, you need to gather 66,000 fibers, 200,000 rawhide, and 300,000 iron ore to create 8,000 iron plate greaves. This method requires an abundance of iron ore. Finally, we have the fiber focus method. From 0 to 50, you need to gather 2,000 fibers, 1,000 rawhide, and 100 iron ore to create 27 linen shirts. From 50 to 100, you need to gather 20,000 fibers, 1,000 crossweave, 5,000 rawhide, and 1,000 iron ore to make 320 sateen gloves. From 100 to 200, you need to gather nearly 400,000 fibers, 200,000 rawhide, and 17,000 iron ore to create 4,000 linen shirts. This method requires an abundance of fiber. One thing to note for all three of these methods is that the listed items from levels 50 to 100 are optional because a crafting reagent is required for these items. If you don't prefer collecting tannin, flux, or crossweave from supply stockpiles, then continue to make the same item from 1 to 200. With that being said, the armor items from 50 to 100 do offer a bit more experience than the other armor item, something to keep in mind. Another thing to note is that yes, there are armor items that offer more experience, but they also require more materials and effort to craft. So like I said in my Arcana leveling guide, stick to collecting 3 raw materials rather than 6. The benefit of having 3 different methods is the ability to pivot easily from one to the next and create armor according to the current amount of raw materials. For example, I might have plenty of iron ore, so I choose to work at the forge. The next time I craft items, I might have more fiber than I do iron, and so now I move to the outfitting station. I am able to gather much more iron ore and fiber than rawhide, so I tend to favor the iron and fiber focus as opposed to the leather focus. Regardless of which method or methods you choose, remember that the more raw resources you have when refining, the more you receive in a bonus quantity. For example, in this clip I craft 50 iron ingots originally, and I only receive 2 in bonus quantity. But if I wait to craft the iron ingots when I have attained 2,000 plus iron ore, then I receive 64 in bonus quantity. This difference is huge when grinding out crafting levels. Let's discuss the best way to gather resources. So as I mentioned in the Arcana leveling guide, there are online tools to assist with your gathering. First is the New World map that shows the location of each raw material. I typically have this map on a second monitor as I am gathering to cross-reference my location with the exact location of the resource. The second tool that people have been discussing is the Minimap add-on tool, but be warned. Amazon Games has made it clear that this add-on is considered cheating and it may be punishable through EAC. So I would recommend the New World Map Online tool, and I'll place a link for it below. Now you two are ready to craft some armor. Good luck with the grind. As always, I am with you on this slow journey, so let's conquer it together. Spooky Pops out.